I could do some interesting stuff with vines. I mean, right now, I feel like I'm just like trying to fill up this texture space over here. I could squeeze in like a vine texture actually right there. Little squeezing. Vines are more useful, graffiti's still cool. Like, I mean, okay, so this is the thing is I'm not going, if I'm doing graffiti, this is like a period piece. I don't want to make like urban graffiti that's more modern. I want to make something that's older, like people scratching their names or initials into the side of wood or something that's, you know, people didn't really do that a lot back. I guess they didn't. Maybe they did. Let's do vines. Let's see if we could do something vine-wise here. I'm gonna use like a slot of information right here. We'll see if it works. And I'm just gonna put like a wood texture in there for like a vine, and we'll let the actual like wood of the branch occupy a tile here, and then maybe do some leaves on the side. That'll be fun. It'll give us some extra modeling stuff to do later on down the road. So as my lectures continue, I can come back to the well and do some mild modeling. I think I might be able to achieve that in 30 minutes or less. We'll see. We shall see. I definitely need to go in and do the rest of those wood ends too. Okay. This guy's, it's trying to load up all of my different layers here. I'm going to make I'm gonna make a new folder here and call this vines. Or no, let's just call it flora. No, we'll segment it out to just the vines. I might just keep things separated for the leaves too here. I'm gonna put a black mask on this folder, and then I'm going to put a fill node underneath this thing, a fill layer. Let's put it in the album, or in the, sorry, folder. If I put the fill inside the folder, then it's only going to affect what the folder is masked out to affect. So that's what I want to push here. Let me see. Do I have geometry that lines up with that? Oh, no, I don't. So I'm going to have to brush this stuff on there, unfortunately. That's not fun. But whatever. We do what we got to do. Let's go to 2D view. Make sure this guy's like straightened up here too. I'm gonna hold shift, click to get like a straight orthographic view. And we're just going to paint a little bit of a mask in here. I need full hardness of my brush so that we're not getting any iffy information here. I'm actually here. Let me add a paint just in case I need to customize this later. Trying to line this thing up pretty good. I'm gonna do a click drag just to draw a straight line. And just kind of go for it right there. I probably have enough room for another line. I think that's enough information for vines. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to add a filter and do a transform and just move it away from the brick a little bit. I don't want there to be any interference between those two materials. So transform. I'm just going to offset it by Y. Just go down a little bit. Seriously? I'm just going to type in like the smallest number I could put in here. Just a little bit less than that. Let's do like 0.3. Sorry, that was 4. 4 is good. 4 is good. No, 3. Go for 3. All right. So that gives me a little bit of distance between my brick materials so things don't conflict with each other there. All right. But now that I got my my folder is collected together. Let me label this like vine color just so we don't get confused with things. Now I can come, my folder is set up, so everything I do inside that folder from now on is occupied and masked off to this one little area. So that's good. Good. I don't need normals. Opacity, I'm gonna leave on because I don't want anything to be transparent in here. AO, yeah, we could do the same thing with AO. Roughness, metal, height, I don't need any height right now. Base color. So let's get a base color in here. Try to get like a woody color. But I am going to, let's see, how dark? These things are pretty light actually. So let's go for like a really light woody color. I'm gonna bump up the saturation a little bit more and the value a little bit more. More saturation, more value. I think that's a good color for vine. It'll be a like more of a drier vine, like the reference shows. Okay. And now let's get like a wood texture on there. So I'm gonna add another fill. I'm gonna black mask this thing. Fill nodes are the best, okay? I want you guys should be using fill nodes. Do I have it? I mean, I know I probably have some like wood smart materials, but these probably aren't what I want right now. And I can get some wood grain on some things. Let me see what my grunges are. Because I feel like I can probably get some good bark in here, maybe. These things are kind of small for me to see. Let me get larger with them. Grunge, dirt, concrete, dirt. Dirty dirt. Let's go to the bottom. Maybe wood is down in the W's. Grunge, rock. Stains, scratches, plaster, rock. Just maps. This one might be good. Let's see if that works. Let me just make sure there's no other better choices here. Yeah, let's go with it. Whatever. So this guy is what I'm going to use for my map there. It's kind of big. Whatever. I'm going to make a fill in here. A fill in my mask and just pull this guy into there. And there we go. We can see what this mask is doing specifically like this. What I needed to do right now is I needed to scale more so that it's tinier. We definitely need to rotate at 90 so it's lining up with the same direction as my vine. But I feel like we need to like tilt it a little bit so we're not getting things perfectly lined up. Let's see what this looks like. There we go, something like that. Let's go back to it again and make some more adjustments. I think maybe a little bit more scaling. Okay, that's looking better. can deal with that. We actually, sorry, you know what? I may need to go 90 with this thing because I want this to be seamless. I still, if my vine goes past this point, I still want it to tile. And what we're gonna see here is that if I don't make this a full number like 10 or 11, then it's going to tile incorrectly, partially, and leave a seam there where I don't need it, okay? So, no, you know what? I'm gonna go down to like 9. I think that'll work, 9. I'll need to make sure that I twist the model around so that I'm not getting these guys lined up with each other though. I think that's where the big thing's going to be. But this detail right here should line up with this detail over here. And that's what I'm trying to push for here, is that we have full-blown tiling happening seamlessly on the model, where one end starts, the other end will continue on. That way my UVs can go past the 0 to 1 spot and keep going with UV resolution. Is that nice? Okay, so I don't need color. Well, I mean, I could put a little bit of color in there. Let me turn it off for right now. I just want to see what it looks like. Turn it off. Bad color. Let's go to 3D view now. Now that it's painted, I want to see what this thing looks like in 3D so I can adjust how much height and stuff I'm actually using. Okay. So let's play with height. I want this to come up and get a little bit of that bark texture in there. Just a little bit is all I need. A little bit of bark. Okay. The vines themselves were kind of shiny. I don't want that. I want like full roughness on the bark middles, like the core of the bark, and the core of the wood will be not shiny at all. The outside of the wood I'll make a little bit less shiny, but kind of shiny. You see how that's working out there? Just with height and roughness, you see that I'm getting a huge value difference there, and things are kind of standing out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I should. So let's put color back. I don't need normals. I don't need opacity. AO should be fine. Actually, let me come down here to vine color, and let's lower the AO too, so we're not getting as much shine from this thing, as much specularity from it. We're still getting a little bit of it, but this one, I got AO turned on for that color, so I'm still getting the white AO on my vines themselves. Let's bump it up with the color, but let's keep the color simple. Let's see, I want to let me turn the color off. Actually, here, I should be able to do it this way. If I just go to color picker, pick a color, and just grab this guy right here. I want to start off with that same color and just raise the value up of it on it. So just a little bit brighter on the value kind of thing. There we go. Pretty cool. All right, so I got like a wooden vine here. I think that's what I really needed. Pretty much all I needed. I mean, we could put some moss on this and some grunge as well. You could play around with that too, I guess. Let's do a little bit of grunginess. Make sure I'm good on all of this. Roughness, metal. Metal's already a big no, so I actually don't need metal on this. That's already masked out to what I want it to be. Everything else is good to go. All right, let's do one more fill. And let's put some kind of splotchy texture on there now that's going to I definitely want to break up how much this thing is tiling. So give yourself some details that override that tile. I may need to find like a more a grunge map in here that has more details to it and that's bigger. That way it breaks up the already existing tile that I have going like 10 times over for the vine texture itself. Makes sense? This one. Stone details. I don't know, maybe that can work. Let me put a black mask in here. Come over to that fill. Well, sorry, let's make a fill. I'll put this guy in here, like that. So see, yeah, now I'm getting a little bit more details in there. And this map is actually not text, it's not tiling at all, or it's not scaled up. It's still the one resolution there. So that's good for me. I can't go lower than 1 because that's going to break the tiles 2, I believe. This looks like it's already tiling though. It's the same detail there. It's kind of strange. Hold on a minute. Well, that's disheartening. Okay. Anyways, let's play with that grunge and let's just see if we can lower that down. Play with balance, you know, brush pattern. No, that's weird. Contrast. This map should have details to it. This one really isn't like that much. Let's just raise let's lower the balance out quite a lot. That way, yeah, there we go. Now I'm getting just more separation in it all. And hopefully that tile, yeah, that tile looked like it kind of went away with the balance there, so that's good. Good things are happening now. Okay, so now I have a little bit of a grunge on this thing. I hope that this detail is going into this detail. We'll see what happens. If this thing's not like a really good grunge, then we may have to lose it. Let's take everything off right now. I don't want any of this, but just a little bit of color. I'm gonna go for the dark color again. So you see I'm getting a little bit of a grunge on this thing now. It's not really standing out though. For the size that we need, I think I need to bring that balance back up a little bit. Bring that balance up. Let this thing kind of occupy more. Let me darken the value. No, I don't know. I might need to go brighter with this. Maybe we go more mossy. With like a brighter value, or let's darken it, but more saturation. Or maybe less saturation. Colors, man, colors are so difficult to get right. I want this to be a good detail. If I flare it up white and lower the saturation, well, not perfectly white. Let's just go a little bit lighter. It's old, mossier texture. No, that doesn't look good. I've seen moss that's like whiter, like white moss growing on things, and that doesn't, I don't think that would work really well for vines. It's still kind of splotchy though, or it's too noisy. In my opinion, it's just too noisy. I'm gonna bring the balance down again. Try to find something that works here. Okay, I think that works. This looks nice. So that's color that we did there. Let's make this thing stand out a little bit more now with some more controls. We'll do like roughness. Bump the roughness up a little bit more so it's darker and doesn't reflect the light as much. I'm gonna tell it to have like no AO. That's probably too intense. Give it a little bit of AO, I guess. Put some height in there too. Let's raise it up a little bit. Not too much though. You guys gotta be like really gentle with this stuff. And again, like now my color is too much and I need to raise it up in value. Travis is coming in. Okay, just a little bit brighter again. I mean, you guys see how all these layers are working together. That could be a good thing and a bad thing. If you go too heavy on something, you want all these guys to work together. So overall, looking at the model, I kind of want to go back down here and balance and lower it again because it's still a little noisy. Okay. Let's stick with this. Let's stick with that. No more nitpicking, Harvey. I'm probably boring you guys to death here. We got like 10 more minutes. It's good. It's good. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do, like, I probably can't do leaves just with what we have here in Substance Painter. I'm probably gonna have to pull some stuff out. I don't remember seeing anything with leaves. Oh, well, no. Ivy branch. Holy cow. That's so garbage. Ugh, that looks nasty. Sorry. Not saying anything about substance. I just want, you know, some of the default stuff is pretty excruciating to look at. I'm getting leaves, but these are like brushes. I don't want brushes. I want like a stamp, like a leaf stamp. That's just like, hey, this is a really good looking leaf. Thanks, guys. Oh, I see they split the skin up. Glad to see that they split the skin up into just a whole nother category together there. That might be useful. Down the line, we'll see. Procedurals. It's probably not going to be in here. I probably need to go for like alpha. You know, definitely not grunges. Nice stamp. That's not going to help me out here. There's a leaf. It's not really a good one. Yeah. I feel like honestly, I'm probably going to have to go to a substance share or find some textures online like textures.com, you know, something, and you know, try to find a picture of a leaf and hopefully have an alpha painted out for me. Yeah, so that'll probably be good. Let's see. I can at least find something to give you guys a good starting point for this, and I can continue this later because we got like 10 more minutes left here. Does anybody have any questions on anything? Let me know, okay? I don't want to use up the time here and kind of send you on your way really abruptly. So I'm gonna open up for questions now while I'm kind of typing out things and looking for stuff. Vine leaf alpha. See, this is some good stuff. This stuff is useful. And you see these images here, when it has the checker mark behind it, that means it's a PNG and it's already set up with an alpha for you. So the question is, what kind of leaf do I want to use? This is oak leaf. This is kind of like an ivy leaf, autumn. Like I said, I just want the leaf. I don't want the whole dealio there. Oh, so this is a grape leaf. Okay. So do I want this to be a grape vine, or which is, you know, more calming, more relaxing, or should I go for more of an ivy vine, which is more menacing and, you know, suggests overgrowth, you know, lack of care of something? I think I'm probably going to go for ivy. Something like this would be good. It's got a really nice texture to it there as well. These guys aren't too bad either. I think I need a stem. Like, I want to make sure it's got a stem to it, because that's definitely something. I think usually picking like the first option is usually a bad idea, because people notice that right away. Let's get a few options. I feel like I'm going to get this guy and maybe this guy. Actually, no, this guy. Like these two guys together, their powers combined can give me some good stuff. Let me open that one up. And this one doesn't have a PNG though. It's DeviantArt too, which doesn't make me feel very comfortable. Let's get this guy, I guess. We'll get the first two here. Go to the site, see if it has a free download and everything. I hope this is free. Yeah, I gotta make a password and everything. Pfft. No. See, it's just a JPEG here, so they're not letting me have the alpha without signing in. That's rich. Good stuff's not free though. You know that. Oh. Hey, this one worked. I didn't have to sign into an account or anything. Sweet. That's the one I wanted anyways. Because what I'm going to do here, let me just use that as an example right now. Let's import that texture. I'm just going to go to downloads, find it, and drag it on in there. It's going to be a texture. And I want it to stay with the project. There we go. Texture, here it is. Let's make a new folder outside the vines. And I am going to I need to make a paint. Add a paint layer. That's going to go in this folder. And we're going to project this thing onto this thing. Let's go to 2D view so this thing goes on flat. Mission number 1. Good to go. We're going to do projection in this paint. I'm going to go to projection mode here. I need this to go into color and opacity. Let's try those two out. Let's go base color and opacity. Why is metal still on there? Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to scale this thing, but I need to scale the stencil. So move it around how you need it to be. Make sure it's a good size for what it's doing. And, you know, I would say, again, try to squeeze it in an area where we're not going to use it. Or, where it's not going to interfere with anybody, but still save space for other stuff. Okay, so I think that this is good. Let me just color it in there now. Okay, so I see that the opacity is having some problems. Let me see if I can just not do opacity. Does that not work? Hang on a minute. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, let's try putting the opacity back in. Strange. Very strange. Okay, so hang on a minute. Let me try something out here. I'm going to go to Photoshop. DeviantArt is not kind of like ArtStation. It might be getting there. It might be adjusting, but I don't think it's made that many leaps and bounds. I'm going to open up that download. And I'm just going to pull the alpha off of the model and just upload it in separately. So I'm going to go to channels. Let's see. Okay, so this one doesn't actually have an alpha channel that loads up with it. So I'm just gonna magic wand this thing then. And I'm going to come over to select, and I'm just going to contract, or sorry, I need to expand. I'll inverse it first. Let's inverse the selection so I only have the leaf selected. And actually, that's looking pretty good. Kind of good. I'm just gonna contract in like one pixel in, just to be safe. I don't want anything kind of flaring out here. Okay, and I'm gonna make a new channel here, or a new layer. Sorry, I want this to be white. And I need a new background. It's going to be black. So deselect everything and paint black. This is going to be my alpha image. I'll just save it as a PNG. Just name Ivy alpha. Get rid of the copy and space. Those are bad. Okay. Let's find it here in my downloads. Texture, save to the project itself. And I'm gonna pull this guy into opacity instead now. There we go. There we go. All right. And that's it. 'Tis done. I can play with roughness and stuff in there too. But you see that we can see through this now, and it's a little leaf card. All it has to be is just one little polygon, maybe a little bit of edge loops in there to kind of bend it and deform it. But that's one leaf card that we have in there for that ivy. So this is going to be the texture of the ivy root, or the vine, and this is going to be the ivy itself, the little cards. Okay.